Hey guys, it's me, Ashley Wallace here. Um, and today I'm gonna be showing you how I make my Ievan Polkka vocals. I know I've already made a tutorial on it, but it just seemed pretty outdated, so I decided to make a new one because it's 2022 and I've probably learned something new. So what I'm gonna do is load up the MIDI. I will put a link to where you could get the MIDI in the description below. Um, but in order for you to like use it, you will have to use like if you're using Windows, um, I would recommend FL Studio 20 because that's what I've been mostly using for most of my covers. Um, for like mixing and all that jazz. And even for my remixes. So, um, after you loaded up the MIDI, it should look something like this. And now what you're gonna do is go to the tempo and drag it all the way down to 120. 120 beats per minute. I think that's what it is. And then I will show you the different types of like presets that you could use. But first, I would want to show how I accurately match up like the how I edit the drums. So I will take this slice tool. I will line it up where this note is. Drag down, and it should slice up, lining it right up. And now take this note right here. Go all the way over here. Paste. Drag it down. Make sure it lines up with this note right here. And that's the basic part. And now the other thing is just to like go crazy. Not literally go crazy, but just pick whatever type of presets you desire. So in this instance, I will be making an original instrumental. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to MIDI track 2, go to replace, and then I'm going to go to harmless. You know what? I'm going to do an all vocal inspired by Matsupoid. Inspired by Kagami Pagami. So I'm going to go to oops, I didn't want that. That was not part of this. That was not one of the steps. Sorry about that. Go to MIDI track 2, replace, go to citrus. Then for a quicker look at the type of presets that citrus has, you could click on this, which allows you to select your preset like this. And then I'm going to go all the way over here to short synth, and I'm going to go to celestial. With that, it should sound like this. We got that. And now I'm going to go to MIDI track 3. I'm going to go to harmless. And then I'm going to go to cherubim, GOL. Click on that. And then do the same thing with MIDI track 4. So that you get the same preset. Some of my friends have their different ways of like making vocals. But I would go with like Zaka P because their covers are like more accurate to like Team Y's covers. So I'm sticking with what Zaka P would usually do. Since I have like watched one of their videos, which apparently got deleted as of now. But here I'm gonna show what I have learned from one of those. So this is what I have so far. Then I'm gonna go to MIDI track 7, replace, and Harmor. Go to presets. Go to old Vox. Sometimes I would mostly go for Keep It, but I'm saving this one. And I would usually use Moonlight EP, but for this one I'm using old Vox. Bring the pitch down. Go to Effects. Increase the delay input volume. Make sure it's on make sure the delay time is on 4. Go to Chorus, Classic. Drop the chorus mix level down to 25%. Or this, you could just do like pretty much like whatever you want, but don't go too crazy on it. And I'm just gonna bring the volume all the way down to 20% for the channel for this MIDI track. I'm gonna test it out here. This I'm just gonna like bring it up just a bit more. Increase the volume too. There we go. Now I'm gonna go to MIDI track 9, replace, Harmor. Click on select preset, then steampunk organ, and then decrease the vibrato depth, the depth of the vibrato, since vibrato just makes it like a little trembly, since I want it like clean. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna go all the way over here. Got that. And now this is where the key bit comes in. Go to MIDI track 8, replace, Harmor, and then key bit. Lower the volume to right about like 67%. So we got the basic. So I'm going to decrease the volume to the master volume to 75%, since like the peak meter is like just being crappy. It's just like being too loud. So now for the advanced part. So I go to MIDI track 1, the MIDI track at the very top, this one right here. Go to replace. If you want to like change it, you just right click. I usually like right click instead of like left click. So we do that. I'm gonna go to bass drum, and this is for like the different types of like bass drums. I'm gonna go all the way to bass drum 12, which is a hard clap. Decrease the volume to 75%, like this. And then I'm going to go to MIDI track 10, replace, Citrus. And I'm going to go to prog, which is in the organ section. We go to prog. Then go to the top, right click, copy, go to MIDI track 10, right click, then paste. And that should make it make the two like the same so that they're like aligned with each other. So let's test it out. Just decrease the volume a little bit, like so. Now I'm going to go to MIDI track 11, replace, citrus. Go to orbital, right click, paste, turn the volume down to 60 to 40%, think about like 16. Now I'm going to add a little something extra to MIDI tracks 5 and 6. I'm going to go to Moonray on pad. Do the same thing with MIDI track 6. Then right click on MIDI track 3. Copy. Go to MIDI track 6. Paste. MIDI track 4. Copy. MIDI track 6. Paste. Both volumes should be at about 43%. See what it sounds like. Alright, so far so good. Anyways, now go to MIDI track 12. This is the part that I've been wanting to save for you guys. So for this, I want you to when you guys like follow along, just pay very close attention, because if you skip all the way to the end, then you're gonna forget what the process is. So go to piano roll for MIDI track 12. Select all. Go to Control All on your keyboard. Control A, which is select all. Then drag all the notes down one to acoustic snare. This one right here, because that's the one we're going for. Now go to your mixer and MIDI track. The mixer insert 1 should have should have the effect slot 1 with Fruity LSD. And now go to slot 2. Select. Should find Soundgodizer. Like for Maximus. Go to Maximus. So we go to Maximus right here, and then go to presets and go to NY compression like this, and then go to slot 3, select flanges or whatever it is. Then go to presets, go to 4 drums. And then they do the same thing for slot 5. I'm saving slot 4 for the reverb. Go to Small Studio and decrease the mix volume to 75%. And now, time for the EQ bands. So, I have actually learned this step because I figured it would be like the most important to get like the snare give it some like punch, and I want it like high quality. So what I'm gonna do is bring this up to about 9. This one to like about like 1, 1.2, and then drag this down to like -1. And you might see some changes throughout all of this, so that it would sound accurate to the original. So let's test it out first. Now the drums made it too loud, so I'm gonna lower it down to like about like 96%. It's not enough, I'll drag it down to like about 91%. And if that doesn't work out, I'll drag it down. I'll drag the master volume down to like about 67% right there. So I've done some a few changes to like the drums. If I just, like, Alright, that should be probably good. So what you saw is how I now make my Ievan Polkka vocals. So hopefully this helps you out. And before I end the video, I want to give some huge shoutouts before August ends. I'll put the shoutouts in the description, along with the with where you could get the MIDI. So hopefully this helps you out. And hopefully I will make more tutorials in the future.